Hi, Rob with Shop Prop Realty. Let's talk about disclosures and how to read them. I've went over title a few times. I'm going to go over, this is California, but home inspections, pest inspections aren't prevalent everywhere. It's something specific to California. But so one of the things is you're going to most of the time get an inspection report from somebody, right? And there's generally a summary. I tell you the main things that I look for when I'm looking through an inspection report is roof, big ticket item, right? Heater, HVAC, air conditioning, and then crawl space if they have one, or cracks in the foundation or the slab. These are things that I generally look for that are bigger items. Of course, this is an older home. Of course, you're going to find things that are problematic with any property. You'll have to establish whether or not those are going to be big items or not. And you can obviously pick apart those things as well. Now, that most inspections report will have a summary, and then you can dig down further into it by going through the full report. As far as this pest inspection, remember that pest inspection, you'll have termite section 1 and then termite section 2. Section 1 are those items to get a actual certification. So if you wanted termite clearance, this would be what you would be focused on. And some lenders require it. So if there was let's say you were putting 5% down, I mentioned that because if you're putting 20% down, they usually don't look at it that closely. But let's say you had something that was really problematic in the way of termite, and it was obvious. There were lots of rot, things like that. You were putting down a small amount. Your appraiser might pick that out. It's rare, but it can happen, and they might require termite section 1 clearance. That's what you would find here. And if you waive that, if you said, let's say you waived your inspection contingency, that might become an issue. When it comes to termite reports, some of the items, especially section 2 and stuff, will also be part of the home inspection report. So in other words, you'll find things that might need to be repaired that are also in the home inspection report. Client asked something about this document here, which is the county recorder's survey of this particular lot. And they said, well, why are they providing us that? One of the things that you would want to dig into is for answers on that would be either the Form 17, other seller disclosure statements, whatever state you're in. This happens to be California, so they have a TDS and an SPQ, both of these. And so as you look through this, these are items that the seller, remember, whether you're talking about a Form 17, a TDS, or something, disclosures in Texas, Arizona, all of these things, the SPDS, all of these things are very similarly, the law works the same. I'm registered in 6 states as a managing broker, and can tell you that that this is more of a safety. A TDS like this is really something, a seller disclosure is something to protect the seller, right? So that they're disclosing those items to you so that you can't come back later on and go, hey, this was obvious and you didn't disclose it. So we can see here that the seller actually outlines that, hey, fences, they may not be on the property line, so it might have to be moved. They also say that the current garage doesn't meet setback requirements. It's grandfathered in, but it doesn't meet the setback requirements. So if you were going to take it down and want to rebuild a brand new one, you most likely wouldn't be able to build in that spot. This property in particular, you have a real estate disclosure statement. So you would look through those items. You have all of these things also are typically other disclosures that you would want to go through. Those are the main ones, along with the title report as well, is a good thing to go through, which I've already went through on other segments. So that'll give you a real quick idea of things to look for when you're going and looking at disclosures.